How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're once again looking at some creepy ghost photos. From an image of a ghost caught in a graveyard to a child's invisible friend that showed up on film. Join us as we take a look at 10 scary ghost photos that can't be explained. But before we get into it, remember to hit that subscribe button for more awesome creepy content just like this.
This creepy photo was taken by a couple while they were searching for a new home. After viewing the inside of the house, the couple decided to take a photo of the exterior for future reference. Later, when the couple reviewed the photo, they were shocked to see a woman looking out of the upstairs window. The couple were sure the house was completely empty at the time of viewing, and they had no idea who the woman could be. If you zoom in on the ghostly figure, you can clearly see that it has long dark hair and appears to be wearing some sort of patterned dress or nightgown. The skin of her face looks pale and lifeless, and there is a definite eerie quality about the figure in general. The reflection of the streetlight in the window to the right even makes it look as though the woman is holding a large axe or tomahawk. Whether or not the couple actually managed to snap a photo of a real ghost is open to debate, but one thing's for sure, you can bet they didn't decide to move into this house. On Halloween night of 2015, members of the Sydney South West Paranormal Investigators, or SSWPI, from Sydney, Australia, managed to snap this convincing ghost photo while investigating St Bartholomew's Cemetery in Western Sydney. They were there as part of a tour group when they suddenly heard a whining sound coming from over near one of the graves. Using a high-spectrum camera, the investigators managed to capture this startling photo of what many believe is a ghost. "We think it's moving towards us. It has legs, arms. We think it's a male," said SSWPI lead investigator Callie Ryan. Opened in 1841, the cemetery and church, which was destroyed by fire in 1989, have been home to many supernatural sightings. Tour guide Hazel McGann also admits to having strange experiences on the grounds, saying, "I closed down. I kept having horrendous feelings near where the photo was taken." McGann is no stranger to paranormal encounters either. She claims that a local scout group once saw her being followed by the ghost of a short man as she walked in the direction of the M4 motorway. Her research revealed that the ghost may have been that of Thomas James Willis, who was also known as the Penrith Jockey. His mother Mary is buried in the cemetery, but McGann believes his spirit is really there because of his daughter Emily, who died when she was only 3. McGann claims to have seen the ghost of Emily roaming the grounds at night. "She's a very naughty girl, very much a prankster," she said. Members of the SSWPI have also claimed to have seen a little girl running around the cemetery, only to mysteriously disappear into thin air. These two images were sent to our Facebook page by user Jenna Long. She claims to have taken the first photo in July 2017, while sitting on the tailgate of a truck, and she says she has no idea who the man behind her is. She didn't even notice the face until she posted the picture to Facebook. However, the story gets even stranger. In April 2018, Jenna Long took this photo using a face recognition app on her phone. No matter how many times she moved the camera, the app always detected a face behind her that she couldn't see. Could it be possible that the app picked up the same ghostly figure seen in the first photo? The poster has no idea who the man is, so we can only hazard a guess. Is it possible that the figure is some sort of guardian angel, or could it be the ghost of someone from her past that is somehow still connected to her? This bizarre photo was taken by a tourist who was visiting the Grand Canyon sometime in the 1980s. It's believed that the man thought he was all alone while posing for the photo, and upon review was shocked to discover that there was actually a tall figure in the bushes, just meters away from where he was standing. The figure's face looks pale and he appears to be wearing a long black coat. Some claim that the figure is actually a ghost that the man was unable to see at the time the picture was taken. Others believe the figure may be a member of a mysterious cult who was actually about to push the man into the canyon until he realized that he was being photographed. This image was posted online by a woman from Grove City, Ohio, who claims that her 3-year-old son was trying to take a photo of her but didn't realise that he had the camera facing the wrong way. The first 2 photos were blurry and difficult to make out, but the third image revealed a sinister-looking face staring right over the boy's shoulder. When the woman first saw the picture, she was shocked, as she claims to have never seen the person before in her life, and is sure that there was no one else in the house besides her and her son when the photo was taken. This photo was taken in the village of Church Aston in Shropshire, England. It was snapped outside the local church shortly after a wedding. The image was actually shared online by the young girl seen closest to the camera, who said that she remembers feeling cold and sad while posing for the photograph, and wasn't sure why she felt so uneasy on such a happy day. The image has clearly captured some sort of ghostly figure, but who could it be? A deceased family member perhaps, or a spirit that is somehow attached to the church or its grounds? Without further information, however, we may never know. This creepy series of photos were posted online by a woman from Ohio. She claims that her and her siblings experienced many spooky, unexplainable nights growing up in her dad's house. She remembers hearing heavy footsteps running up the stairs when she was home alone, and the spine-chilling sound of a rake being dragged along the walls. She recalls one room in particular where eerie faces would appear in the windows as though someone was watching them from outside. These photos were taken 6 months apart and show 2 different windows in the same room. While many believe the figure at the window to be a ghost, some think it may actually be a prowler wearing a mask. It's been noted that the second face bears a close resemblance to the mask used in the Scream films. Whether this family was being haunted by a ghost or watched by a perverted prowler, we will never know. Either way though, it's utterly terrifying. This photo, taken at the Cleveland Museum of Art by employee Jeffrey Streen, is believed by many to have captured the ghost of the famous painter Claude Monet. The image was taken just as the finishing touches were being completed on the exhibit Painting the Modern Garden, Monet to Matisse, and seemingly shows the painter overseeing the final stages. While it's possible that the whole thing is just an eerie coincidence, there's no denying the resemblance between the ghostly figure standing on the floor above and the banner-sized black and white image of Claude Monet. It's not the first time the museum has been linked to the paranormal either. Several employees have claimed to have seen the ghost of former director William Milliken roaming the halls at night time. He is supposedly dressed in a tweed jacket with elbow patches and carries a folder around under his arm. Milliken is said to have been unhappy with Sherman Lee, the man that eventually succeeded him as director of the museum. As a result, some believe that Milliken's spirit may wander the museum, making sure that everything is still as it should be. This photo was taken by 37-year-old Narul Islam, who was visiting a fake Victorian-style ruin with his niece and nephew. Islam claims that he was careful to make sure that there was no one else in the shot when he took the photo. However, when he looked at the photo later, he immediately noticed an eerie ghost-like figure underneath the archway. The figure has outstretched arms and looks as though it's floating towards the young children. It appears to be dressed in a long white robe and is either wearing a white veil or has long wispy hair. Was Islam simply mistaken when he took the photo, or has he actually captured evidence of a ghost roaming the ruins? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Before we get to that number 1 spot and take a look at a terrifying ghost photo sent to our Facebook page, remember to hit subscribe and turn on channel notifications. That way you'll be completely up to date with all our latest creepy content. This creepy image was sent to us on Facebook. The photo, taken with a digital camera, is of the poster's 2-year-old son, Ethan. Ethan's mother claims that she took many photos that day, but this was the only one that seemed to show something strange. She showed the picture to several people who thought the strange face seemed to resemble an older man with a beard. Around the time the photo was taken, Ethan, who possessed a very limited vocabulary, began talking about an imaginary friend he had by the name of John Smith. When Ethan was a little older, his mother asked him about John Smith, and he told her that someone had cut his neck in the mountains. Even today, Ethan can still remember his strange friend. On one occasion, he recalls John Smith pushing his father down a flight of stairs because Ethan wanted him to stop yelling at his sister. Could it be possible that Ethan was able to see John Smith, and if so, who was he? Perhaps a rugged mountain man that had been tragically murdered high in the hills, but what was his connection to the small boy? One thing is for sure, the photo does appear to show a mysterious face, but is it really that of Ethan's invisible friend John Smith? Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, there's another episode in the can. Thank you so much for watching. If you can't get enough of our ghost photo content, there's an embedded link there, or there's some playlist links in the description box below for you to binge on. Slap that thumbs up button as well, because it lets us know you're enjoying the content. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.